Okay, what's up everyone? How are you doing? Final, quote-unquote, final day of the week, right? It's Friday, the weekend is near, and generally during the weekend, price action is sideways. Let's see where we are gonna range this weekend, if we're gonna range where we are now, or higher or lower. We're gonna do some Elliott wave analysis on the chart. Of course, today is a day where I had a good morning, and I'm also wearing my shirt correctly today and not inside out like yesterday. Your tip in the video, how to insert links from TV charts, is genius. Sam, do you mean my the chart sharing? Wait, let me drag the chat on the screen here. So in today's live stream, we're gonna cover Elliott waves, a little bit of chatting, go into the waves, check what's been happening. We're gonna mainly cover local price action, 4 hour and lower. Keep an eye on what's happening, and then probably around / just after New York Open. Eventually I'll have to cut it because my parents from the Netherlands are currently in the south of France, and they will arrive in Nice today. So later this afternoon they're going to be here. Tonight we're going to be in Monaco having dinner, so there won't be a night evening update. Because we're going to be at the restaurant, so just so you know. So, yeah, you're well informed. I'll make sure to write it in Discord and on YouTube as well. Okay. There we go. And, of course, after the analysis, we're going to go into chatting and Q&A, answer as many questions as we can. Kate, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. I'll try to do it today. So when I exit the stream later, the question is, are my parents literally at the front door or not? If they're not, I can answer quick. If they are, it's going to be a bit of a struggle to reply without being distracted by my parents visiting us here in Nice, but I'll make sure to get to you as quick as possible. So thanks for writing a DM though. What's up? So Sam Thundering, Leva, how you doing? Welcome. Good luck with your trip tomorrow as well. Ali, Kevin, Carl, your tip in the video, how to insert links from TradingView charts. Yeah. So this one here, I guess, copy link. No, the way to save a chart picture as a TradingView link. Yes. I'm glad you actually like this, use it probably as well. I'm not sure if many people know. Sometimes I still see people taking pictures with their phone of the chart. But actually you can click here on copy image, right? So on the camera, click on copy image. And if you then Control V, anywhere in Discord, Telegram, or wherever, you literally get a picture of your chart. And if you do copy link, you can put this link in your Excel sheet, in your journal, in your whatever you use, and this link will automatically direct you to a picture of the chart, right? So it just directs me to what I have on my chart right now. Working on my journal with real-time price data and a lot of statistics. I love to read it. So real-time price data, I'm actually curious. Do you do that manually, or do you have some sort of algorithm running to get real-time price data? Because that sounds very complex. Now, my understanding of Excel is relatively basic. Together with ChatGPT, I get very far though. So I make ChatGPT help me whenever I need something. But I have calculations and stuff in my journal / calculator for my positions. Not really real-time price data. There's an Excel functionality. We'll send you yeah, I'm interested. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thanks. Okay, you learned something about the link. I'm going to learn something about Excel. Good. Yeah, I love to learn more and know more. So thanks, Sam. Adam, welcome. Good morning. Enjoying your morning coffee on the other side of the world, the US. Actually, crazy to think that all of you are from all around the world. Thunderin, Andrew, welcome. Good to have you here, mate. Yoshi, D-Day today. What do you mean? What's up with what is there something happening news related that I don't know of? Because I only followed this page, but it says September 26th. That's the next thing. So am I missing something? Probably am. Anita, welcome. Kate, yes, right. Hello, please. Any info? He is going up or down? I will answer the question of Che in a second. But the question of energy gives me the opportunity to explain let me put the sound off because you're going to hear my Telegram. Okay, cool. So any info, is it going up or down? Now, of course, we never know what Elliott we'll never know what Bitcoin or any chart for that matter is going to do, right? But we can trade based on probabilities. If the probabilities are higher for X or Y, you can use that in a trading plan, right? So what Elliott waves is, and what you do with Elliott waves, which is what we cover here on the channel, right, is we analyze the chart based on the wave structures. And the wave structures is what you see here, right? The chart is moving up and down based on waves. So we use this to our advantage to create an edge in the market. Because by analyzing the chart with Elliott waves, we can get a good idea of the probabilities of indeed a continuation up or continuation down. Now, very bluntly, the probabilities are still higher to take out that high. Now, I know I do this without showing you the analysis, but of course, I've been keeping an eye on the chart. I still have to show you why. But that's at the moment the highest probability to still take out this high. Now, that is what we then call a directional bias, right? It means that me personally, I'm not a financial advisor, but I am personally still more interested in looking for longs unless my plan for shorts is activated. But from an Elliott wave point of view, looking up is still more interesting. Now, very, very short, why are the probabilities higher? Because the probabilities are higher. This is a three-wave structure, which means that the high is higher probability corrective top, meaning it's a wave C, a wave Y, a wave B, right? Something, or it may be in a bigger WXY, whatever structure. But because the high has a higher probability of being a three-wave structure instead of a five-wave structure, the probabilities are higher. We are not yet finished, and therefore probabilities are higher to still look for higher prices. Now, how someone implements Elliott wave analysis and all that stuff, directional bias in a trading plan, that's on you, right? I mean, you just got to have a plan strategy. You got to know your invalidation. You got to know where your plan is invalid, right? And you got to make sure to, first of all, have a plan, which is according to the 6 steps that I always talk about. If you do not have a personal trading plan and you go to content creators asking for up, down, long, short, you have a problem because you will never be a long-term profitable trader, which I hope is something that you want to become. So what I recommend you to do is follow the 6 steps. And I love Andrew, man, I love you, yo. But Andrew, you need the two last one. So like Andrew writes in the chat, he knows it's coming. Step number 1, try as many tools as you can in TradingView. It's a free platform. You have access to so much stuff. Just build experience with the tools. Step number 2, find your favorite tools based on your experience and build statistics on them. Get an Excel sheet out or some backtesting software or whatever and just test. Step 3, combine some of the tools. Now you're really building a strategy, right? Combine some of those favorite tools that you build statistics on and now build statistics on the combination, right? Step 4 is tweak and adjust. Add a tool, remove a tool from the combination. Build more statistics to try and increase your win rate and risk-to-reward ratio. And other statistics that you're interested in. And then step 5 is where you actually put it to work. Step 5 is you start trading it with a low amount of money. You work on your trading psychology, which I guess would be a good one, because people that generally ask up, down, long, short, most of the time there's also emotion included. So work on trading psychology. And then step 6 is increasing your portfolio size slowly so you get used to bigger losses. Follow these 6 steps and you have a great chance of becoming a consistently profitable trader. Takes some work, but trading is not as some, like I can imagine also, like people see, they see the profiles online where it looks like trading is like this one day wonder, you know, just spend some money in this random shit coin and tomorrow you're going to be a multimillionaire. You don't have to do anything, you know. Yeah. So that's not how it works, unfortunately. Trading is arguably one of the toughest things that you can do, especially if you want to do it long term profitably. So it takes time to go through these 6 steps. But if you are dedicated and you want to trade to take care of your family, travel, whatever, I don't think you should mind putting a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years into developing yourself as the best trader you can be, and then reap the rewards afterwards. So there we go. Nice start of the stream. We're going to start the analysis, guys. Oh, and here, is Elliott Waves good for day trading? Yes. But when you are new to Elliott Waves, it's usually best to stick around on the higher time frames first, like 1 hour, 4 hour, just to practice. And once you become more skilled, you can go to the lower time frames to trade the lower time frames. The issue for people that are relatively new to Elliott Waves is that they are not yet able to identify low time frame structures because things change very quickly, right? So I can use Elliott Waves on a 15-minute time frame. I could trade it on a 15-minute, but of course, years of experience make me like, I know exactly, oh, we take that high. I already know all of the structures immediately the moment something happens. So I don't need to go through my theory and think and measure, and you know, I can see it. So I'm fast, right? And you need all that theory and experience, and then of course know the probabilities to eventually trade. But I think what would also be good for newer people is to only use Elliott Waves as directional bias, but not trade it in confluence with other stuff. So, okay, probabilities are higher to move up or move down. Okay, so based on other tools that I like to use, how can I enter into that direction? And then that's how you form a plan. So Elliott Waves becomes a guidance, right? A direction, and then your other tools will give you the entry into that direction. I think for most people, actually, that's probably easiest to not be dependent fully on Elliott Waves. Okay, Locksky, morning. Alan, good to have you here. No, just the last day of the week where we can expect a decent move, then sideways during the weekend most likely. Yeah, I agree. Jibus, welcome, man. From Africa, yo. Hey, my wife is from Cape Town. Where you from? What country? 886. Yeah, but so I'll explain later why the 886. For me, this one is not too interesting. Even though probabilities, right, we're very close to 65. The bullish CVDs on the 4 hour almost play out if we take out this high. And locally, probability is still higher to take out that one. So, okay, Andre, welcome. Magic 886. If you have tested the plan and you know 7 out of 10 are winners, for example, then if you have a loss, you know it's part of the 3 and you should know it's not a problem. Correct. Like for many people, of course, if they suffer a loss, it's going to affect their psychology. But if you realize that it's just part of the bigger outcome, like your strategy that has a win rate and a risk reward ratio. You know, like if I have a 50% win rate, right, and I have a 1-to-2 RR, you are a great profitable trader. Now it sounds ridiculous. You're going to lose 50 trades, right? But you are a profitable trader down the line, and actually pretty good one as well. 50%, 1-to-2, 1-to-3 RR, you're going to be doubling your account in less than a year. Huh? So, but of course, everyone has their own plan and statistics. But just to as an example, even though you might lose 50 times out of 100, you can make insane profits. So yeah, you gotta realize that losses are very much part of a trading plan, right? Okay, let's get this party started, shall we? So let me move some stuff down here. This was the morning analysis. I gotta say, like in the morning, I did the weekly time frame on a line chart. I always like the line chart. The line chart it's always very calming. Let's put this in, like without all of the mess of the candlesticks. Okay, there we go. Poof. Oh. Move this up. I actually don't. So this is one thing I don't know. I don't know why my fixed range it's always at the bottom. So whenever I use a channel, you can see here it's at the top, right? Or any other tool. But when I use a fixed range, it appears at the bottom behind my webcam. I honestly have no idea why. But anyway. Koen, leverage of X5 is good. I have crazy numbers out there and I stick to my plan of X5. What do you think? Yeah, it's perfectly fine. I will answer your question in a bit more depth after the analysis, Ali, because for me, using leverage is a tool to actually decrease my risk. And I'll explain how that works, because I also always use 5x or 10x as leverage, but I only do it to actually like decrease my risk. And so I'll explain. Mr. Friends, Mr. Friends, honorary member. Exactly, Mr. Friends himself in the chat. Good to have you here. So enough chatting. Let's start. On the 4-hour time frame, there's a couple of scenarios we keep an eye on, and the higher probability scenario remains the zigzag at the moment to the upside. Now, as mentioned, it's Friday. The weekend is coming. Generally, during the weekend, we go sideways. So, if anything happens more impulsive, it better happens today. If it doesn't happen today, the probabilities go up for an ABC and they go down for an impulse. I'll cover this in a second. So what we're looking for here, 5-wave structure in A, 3-wave B, and a 5-wave structure in wave C. Most common target for your wave C, 65.6, 67.5K. In this area, we do have very interesting resistance, which is between 66.3 and 66.5, which is a monthly naked point of control. As you can see here, the purple line, as well as a daily naked point of control. So it's an important volume level as proven in the past. It is in the middle of the box as well. So that is actually quite nice. So if price can move above this resistance, the blue box I have over here, flip it to support, that's going to be the next area of interest for me personally to observe the reaction. And then we'll take it from there. So your common target area for C is the box, and then the 1.618 at 70.6. That is a less common target, but still a target. So I have it on my chart. Now inside wave C, we are then looking for an impulse to the upside. I actually have no idea why on the 1 hour I'm missing some information here. But on the 1 hour, we are then looking for an impulse, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-wave structure. We hit the 0.236 acting as a support, minimum target generally for wave 4. Now what we are looking for is for a bigger range to preferably finish after the 0.382 fib time taken from the start to the end of 2 to the end of 3, which at the moment I labeled here. Right? So this low has been made before the 382. So preferably, we are not yet finished with a corrective structure, and we go sideways for a longer period of time. Now the target for 4,236.05 on the chart in validation is the high of 1, because you don't want overlap in a impulse to the upside. Overlap is no problem in a diagonal, but that is at the moment not what we are looking at. After 4, we then look for 5, one more leg up to finish wave C. Your most bullish scenario is in the same direction. It's just that instead of stopping here at your wave C target area, you continue to the upside, and preferably it would happen before the weekend. Entering the weekend while we are here supports an ABC more than this impulse, because what we're looking for here is 1 2 1 2, and you want to see continuation on a high amount of volume. Generally your wave 3 is the highest volume, most impulsive wave. It's the quick move, right? Increasing volume, very volatile, making a lot of like what's the word in English? Getting very far in a short amount of time. At the moment, we are not really getting that far in a relatively short amount of time. I mean, we had a decent move up, but we have been starting to range now. So we definitely want to see this continue. Now, the reason that it's preferred that we move up in a 3 before the weekend if looking at an impulse is because of 2 reasons. One, if we have to count this as another wave 1, 2, and then impulse. So a triple 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Then your lowest degree wave 1 in white, this impulse here, is now longer than the blue one. Now it's not an invalidation, but it's also not preferred. So it just impacts the probabilities ever so slightly. And if you do move into a wave 2 while you're still ranging here, right, then your white wave 2, if it's going to be a ranging weekend, is quite likely going to be longer than your blue wave 2, which would once more lower the probabilities for a triple 1, 2. Right, so preferably in this scenario, you move up, and preferably quick. Go to the weekly. 4-hour time frame base channel. You know this one by now. Probably some people have it on the chart as well. Maybe you put it on your chart. It's interesting for an ABC 3-wave structure. This scenario, you're looking for a wave C to end somewhere around the upper trend line, not too far away from it. And in an impulse, you want to clearly break it and significantly move to the upside. So you can use this channel as well as a little bit of guidance. And then your most bearish scenario is a WXYXZ triple zigzag, right? 3-wave, 3-wave, 3, 3, 3. In that case, this is your target. Now, as nice as a WXY is, and its potential here, because there's definitely potential for the WXYXZ, which is the reason it's on my chart, a WXYXZ triple zigzag is incredibly rare. And therefore, it is never preferred unless all the other structures fail, which means you need to hit the invalidation of a zigzag, plus you need to hit the invalidation of a multi 1-2. And only then can we be like, okay, you know, the Z actually, WXYXZ is the highest probability. Probably before you do hit invalidations, we might be able to identify, okay, you know, probabilities are higher to move towards the downside here. But if we go at the moment to the 15-minute, and as explained a little earlier, the probabilities are still higher to take out this high, simply because the probabilities are higher. This is a 3-wave structure to the upside. You can see here the move up that created the high. Now, if you want to be very bearish, then preferably this high is made after 5 waves, which is an impulsive structure, and not a 3-wave structure, because the fact this is a 3-waver increases the probabilities this high is corrective in a wave B, in a wave X, in a wave, you call it, right? Can be anything. Maybe, we already had B on the chart, A, B, C, wave X, wave whatever. Corrective structure. You can even have this as a single structure and then W, X, Y, and you know, so. But by all means, the probabilities are now higher that what's happening here is corrective. And therefore, also because this is a three-wave structure, the probabilities are higher to continue ranging till we finish a bigger three-wave structure. And afterwards, still look for that high to be taken at a later stage. Another thing that can hint to price taking this high at a later stage is the volume. So price here moved towards the upside, and you can see the highest volume in the high. Now, I really liked a comment that I received earlier today in Discord from one of the gold members. I got to quickly have a look here who it was. Who was it? Oh, here, Paul. There we go. So Paul, I don't know if you're here, but Paul wrote, "Hi Koen, on the 15 minute, the recent high, which is the high we're talking about, the highest volume is in the high, right? Can I assume that this is not likely a impulsive wave, meaning a wave 5? Now, it was a little bit early because we didn't yet retrace to the 0.618, right? But eventually we did touch the 618, taken from this low to the high. So Paul was absolutely correct in identifying the highest amount of volume in the high, but you still had the possibility of a potential 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The fact that price then retraced down, touching the 0.618 Fibonacci, invalidates wave 4. So therefore, probabilities are higher that this is a corrective structure. Your only bullish alternative is a double 1, 2, but that's very unlikely if this is 1 and all of this is your 2. So probability is higher, corrective, probability is higher at a later stage to take out the high. So that's the directional bias, which also, I mean, you're still in the wave Z target area, but it's not the highest probability. So this is at the moment what we're keeping an eye on. Now to the downside, what is actually an interesting range is what I have over here. You may have seen it on my chart if you have it open. My chart is always shared. Link is in the description. So whatever I do, you will see it. And early today, I put a small volume profile of this range on my chart, and those are volume levels of the previous range. It's interesting support. Now, will we get down there? We had the, of course, potential of a flat first, A, B, and then a wave C. But your impulse down kind of got like broken with the current range we have. There's also still a WXY that I have in mind, as well as a triangle. The problem is that when you get a sharp move like this to the downside and price then takes the high, the probabilities are higher that this is a zigzag family structure, and that really increases the amount of scenarios that you can get in a sideways ranging structure. So therefore the bias is more, okay, interesting, we're still looking for price to take out the high, but it's actually quite difficult to pinpoint exactly what scenario we're looking for. I would need more information for that to happen. Yeah, we also have a three-wavy structure here as well. So quite a bit of corrective moves in this sideways range, but at least an area of support that is interesting. And if we compare it with the wave 4 target, then you can see that the 382 is also in confluence with the range. And the 382 for wave 4 is a common target. It's a great target for a wave 4. So yeah, one level that I keep an eye on and then observe the reactions. Now with regards to CVD, we have a bearish CVD on the chart. We had a bit of bearish CVD earlier. Those played out. So we have a bearish CVD, and then here locally it seems another small bearish CVD here, the small red line with the question mark, and we have one bearish CVD. Now, what I would need to see for bulls is not one, we have one bullish CVD here. It's not one bullish CVD. I would need to see market structure up, right? So when one wants to see the market structure change towards the upside with consistent bullish CVDs, not just one. Of course, side note, this increases probabilities. This is a three-wave structure, three-wave move up, move down, bearish CVD. I wouldn't be surprised at some point to take the low, but it's very neutral. Like, yeah, bearish CVD and a smaller bearish CVD. So on the 15, it's interesting that, let's see, it's not on the 5 minutes, so it's only a 15-minute. Okay, so the small bearish CVD here, oh, it's already removed now. Yeah, I just wanted to say. So we have one bullish, one bearish. It's very, very middle ground. You know, it's a bit useless at the moment. So best to wait for a little bit more clarity locally and see what happens here. So yeah. Okay. Ta-da. A diagonal, the top being a 3. I will only switch to a ending diagonal if price overlaps with this high. Before the overlap, it's the same as, so now it's diagonal versus impulse, but diagonals before a wave 4 is too early. And actually ending diagonals and leading diagonals are not as common compared to either multi-1-2s. So yeah, if we do overlap with this high, I will switch to a diagonal, but it is not something I want to put on my chart at the moment. So unless proven otherwise, your wave 3 is also quite, you know, it's longer than your wave 1, not an invalidation. But yeah, I don't divert to a diagonal unless you overlap here. Oh, at the top. Oh yeah, but that's possible. Sorry, Blaster. I thought you were talking about this whole structure. It would be good if people write a comment about an idea they have, to let me know the time frame, because it's very difficult for me to know. If you talk about the diagonal, we currently have a daily diagonal, right? You could have a 4-hour diagonal. You can have a 15-minute diagonal. So it's not too easy. But thanks, Blaster, for making sure I know. So yeah, I mean, even with the diagonal, right? You have then your high 1, high 2. You still need another one. In that case, absolutely a possibility with regards to an ending diagonal to then end your wave 3 and then start your wave 4 during the weekend and then your 5 early next week. Depends a little bit on the price action here, but it results to the same, meaning take out the high. So we are currently rejected at the daily naked point of control, 63.8. Yeah, and we have, yeah, these are time frame horizontals still above us. We haven't hit any, as you can see. This is a weekly plus a daily. This is a monthly and then another daily. So we have a couple of levels above us that can act as resistance. But if you pass the monthly, I don't think this daily is too relevant. I have it on my chart, but it's very solo. It's not really close to like any of the other resistances. But yeah, there we are. Put this, where is it? Okay, there we go. Beautiful. So yeah, that's that really. So with regards to probabilities, by the way, probabilities are still higher on the 4 hours, just to summarize. On the 4-hour time frame, to look for higher and for price to take out this high. Zigzag at the moment has the higher probability, an ABC to the upside, compared to then an impulse on 2 and a WXYXZ on position 3, because it's, you can't give it the highest probabilities unless you invalidate the others. Yeah. We started at like 23 or something. There we go. For the people that are here right now, one thing that I want to say is that tonight there won't be a Bitcoin update. because my parents they live in the Netherlands. They are in France, the south of France where I live, and they're going to visit. They will be here, I don't know, like not too long from now, somewhere this afternoon. Yeah, tonight we go for dinner, and yeah, I won't be available. So just so you know, where were we? Oh, and another thing, I shouldn't forget about this. Another thing is this. Maybe you have seen it. So I just, if you watch the VOD or if you're live and you want to read this, just pause the stream for a second, because now we're in chat and Q&A. But you can also read this, and I keep an eye on what's happening here. I don't want to read all of it, but this is an update. So with regards to what happened with BingX. So of course, pretty much, well, most of the exchanges in this industry at some moment in time had either a small or big, depending on the exchange, security leak or a problem. And last night, for me, overnight, that happened on BingX. Now, personally, I trade on Blowfin because I actually couldn't use BingX anymore. And I do favor Blowfin. But yeah, just check out the link for more information about what's happening. And I will keep a very close eye on how they handle this, because that's going to decide if I keep them associated here or not. Because every platform, you know, even Binance can have like a breach now and then, some money lost, and then they refund it, and all good, all you know. But if consistently shit happens, I'm very easy. I don't care about one exchange. I care about the community, so I will keep an eye on what's happening there, and I have a direct line with the exchange as well. So, Mr. Franz, welcome. Oh yeah, the leverage story. Yeah. So with regards to leverage, right? So the question, right? Leverage of X5 is good, right? I hear crazy numbers out there, and I stick to my plan of X5. What do you think? I think that's a very good idea. Let me do this as well. Ta-da. So I think that is a very good idea. Risk management should at all times be priority. You should focus on your losses, right? The wins will come, but you want to focus on your plan. How much are you willing to risk/lose on this trade? Now, I will explain why I always use 5 or 10x leverage. And that has absolutely nothing to do with increasing my risk. Actually, the opposite, it has to do with decreasing my risk. So, in an imaginary example, if you have 100 grand in your account, right? And you want to look for a long position, and your stop loss is 1%. Now, theoretically, right? So first of all, I always risk 1%. Whatever my portfolio size is, I always risk 1%. I can recommend it to everyone to risk 1% or 2%, but you know, the moment you go to like towards 5, 4 per trade, there's gonna probably be a moment you're gonna kill yourself. Not like physics, holy shit, not physically speaking, but the account. Wow. YouTube, that was not on purpose. I mean the account, you're gonna blow up your account. Oh boy, that was what a day. So what I mean is, if you have a risk of 4 or 5% per trade, there's going to be a time where you will get into a significant drawdown because of the losses. You know, everyone gets into a losing streak at some time, and if you don't have a clear plan or a strategy, then you will be one of those people. Now, it can go very quick. If you have a 4% or 5% risk per trade, your drawdown will be really bad really quickly, right? And it also depends on your win rate. If you have a win rate of 40 or 50% with a 4 to 5% risk to, or a 4 to 5% risk per trade, you will at some time have just a very big drawdown. And then likely your psychology is not able to cope with the drawdown, right? So just stay safe. You're not going to be a millionaire overnight. Also not with the shit coins. Whatever people online try to sell you, just stick with Bitcoin, stick with the higher stuff, Ethereum, Solana. Don't go to all the meme shits and whatever the bit boys of this world are trying to like sell you on, because they get paid to get you into that shit, right? So don't do that. Stick with the higher stuff, low amount of risk, sensible risk management on one. Now, if you have your position here, which is a long, and you have a 1% stop loss, and you want to risk 1%, then of course, you can just go long with your full account when your leverage is 1x. Makes sense, no? Because you put in 100K in the trade, you risk 1% with a 1% stop loss. So if you lose 1K, which is 1%. No, that's the risk. However, that also means that if you're in this trade with 100K, you have 0 in your account, because your full account size is dedicated to that one trade. So if there is another opportunity, either to compound in the same direction, or you are in a swing long and you want to, take another trade on another chart, right? You don't have that opportunity anymore, because all your funds are inside that trade, right? So that's why you can use, for example, a 5x leverage, right? Your risk is still, or your stop loss still 1%. You are still going to risk 1%, right? But because you use 5x leverage in this trade, you only spent from your own money 20K, and you still have 80K in your account, right? So you can still use this for other stuff. You can even throw it back to your bank if you wish to, right? I also know people that trade with 100K, but instead of putting 100K in their portfolio on an exchange, which they don't necessarily trust, or they are afraid maybe one day in the future shit hits the fan. So instead of putting 100K in their account, they put in, let's give me a number, right? They put in 25K, right, of their own money, but their trading budget is 100K. So what they do is they put a 25K in their account, but they always have 4x leverage. 4 times 25 is 100K. So if they always trade with 4x leverage, they always trade with 100K portfolio size. And if they go to like 8K leverage, right, you just double your portfolio size. So you can also therefore have 75K out of the 100 in your bank, in ongoing investments, in whatever, right? But if you determine I have 100K for my trading, right? But I don't want to put it all on an exchange. I will put 25K in, use 4x, meaning I trade with 100K, right? Still having 1% risk. I'm not increasing my risk here. You see what I do, right? I'm not affecting this number at all. It's still 1% risk, right? Yeah. Was there something else that I wanted to explain here? 1%. It's actually interesting. We did get that move down. This is what I wanted to say. Now, if your stop loss is 2%, right? And you want to risk 1% of your portfolio, you now can enter the trade with 50K. Right? To risk 1,000K with a 2% stop loss, you put in 50K. Which means you still have 50K on the side. Your leverage is still 1 2x in this example. But now imagine that your stop loss is 0.5%. Now, for me, in order to risk 1% of my portfolio in this example, I need to use 2x leverage. Because 1x leverage is not going to give me a 1% risk, right? If I don't use leverage. Because I will be risking $500 if I enter with 100K on 1x leverage. Risking 1%, like I want to risk 1%, but I can't because now my stop loss is too short and my leverage, I don't have leverage, right? So now I'm risking $500. So I need to go to 2x leverage to risk 1%, which is 1K, when my stop loss is 0.5, right? Now you can see that if we combine a few things, imagine your stop loss is 0.5, so you already need 2x to even enter a trade with a 1% risk, but that would mean that your whole portfolio is still inside this trade. So instead of using 2x, I can use 5x, right? And 2 of that goes into this trade, which means, quote unquote, I still have 3x left of portfolio size to use in other trades and other bits and pieces, right? So, whoopsie. So this is how I think leverage should be used. It should not be used as a tool that makes people think they are going to be the next multi-billionaire, whatever, of their family, because the only thing people look at is, whoa, right? They look at, this is a problem, right? For many, is they look at the profits. They put this on the chart, or they enter a trade on literally the maximum amount of leverage. The only thing they look at is their TP, and they're like, wow, if I move my TP here, I make like 500 million, and here, like with my $100 account, right? And then wow. And they completely forget to look at their risk, right? They're so sold on the green number that they completely forget, oh wait, but what actually happens if price goes against me? A good trader does not look at their TP first. They calculate their risk first. And based on their risk, they calculate their position size. And based on that, they will know their TP, right? Loss first. Yep. So that is quite a long answer, I suppose, based on your question. I might actually cut this part out of the live stream and just upload it as a separate video, so I can call it like risk management something, and then yeah, we can probably do that. I should write this down, and then I can upload it as a separate video. What's the date today? 20. Risk management, how far are we into the stream? 54. So I guess we started 40, 45. Okay. That you need to let your winner win, yeah, which means actually taking profit as well. Proudly Nigerian, completely new to Elliott wave though. Welcome to the rabbit hole. It's great to have you here. You're not alone, right? We're all with a whole community educating themselves on Elliott waves, and of course I'm active everywhere as well. So it's great to hear that you've taken the step to learning Elliott waves. It's a long, not gonna lie, it's a long road, right? It's a difficult to grasp theory just because of the extent of the rules and the guidelines and the amount of theory that's out there. But it will be very rewarding, very rewarding. It's a matter of time, right? So welcome from the south. When the naked point of control is hit, do you remove it? Yes, but I generally remove it like when the day ends. So the next day, I remove the levels that were hit the previous day. Yo, Bina, how you doing? Thanks for all your comments, by the way. Cbel, welcome. Miss Cbel, DJ Cbel. Have you ever thought about becoming like a musician of some sort, Cbel? Bitcoin community. Ranging weekend, yeah. Holo Crypto, how you doing? Aurepo short note, how to input live price data in Excel. Tagged you in Discord. Cheers, Sam. I'll make sure to check it out. Liquid Mafia, how you doing? Great analyst. Makes use of Fibonacci circles and time, and it's fascinating. I noticed a few times when you say if there's it can only be a 1-2-1-2 as it's not a 5 waver. But if it's a 1-2, doesn't the 1 still in the, yeah. So the 1 would need to be a 1 or a 5 waver. But in this example, right, we are currently on the 15, so I don't want to deep dive into low time frames here, right? 3 minute or so. The fact that price, of course, your second one in this example, if we would look for a 1-2-1-2, your second one is incredibly long. So that already lowers probabilities. And then based on time, we made a low here. I put this in silver this morning, but we made this low after the 6 fib time compared to 2 as well. And also compared to the move up, it's very long. So yeah, it lowered the probabilities. And with the multi-1-2, if you zoom out, so 1-2-1-2 continuation. Wave ones can be incredibly messy. So can we see a 5-wave structure up here? Yes. Can we see some 5-wave? Yes. But then wave 5 is your extended highest volume wave. It's not very common, but it's definitely something that can happen. And if you look at the low at here, 53K, remember, this move up here, this structure is your second wave 1. This is your second wave 1. On some charts, this was a truncation. On some others, it was not. In like quote unquote, in hindsight, of course, the probabilities at that moment in time were higher to take the high. Were we going in an impulse? I mean, that's something that you just track as you move to the upside. In hindsight, this is a pretty much perfect impulse. 1-2, 1-2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. But if you go in detail, this is an incredibly ugly wave 1. This wave 1 would be better, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But you can see even your wave 5 here is quite long. It's quite a long wave 5, right? But then you get a very clear 3-wave up, or a down, another clear 3-wave down. Yeah, but this second wave 1 was also very ugly. So wave 1s can, of course, be a pain in the ass. And the 4-hour time frame counts also become like more clear as you get lower time frame confirmations of price moving to the upside as well. With the bullish CVDs, for example, all the time, probabilities were higher to move up. Very clear 3-wave structure to the downside here as well. And then here as well, touching the 886 again. Touching the 886 here, touching the 886 here. So it's actually been a relatively easy move to read to the upside. Unrelated to all of this, like especially the move up from 49K is a big mess. Now this of course isn't clean as well, but for the people that probably realized, I never counted this in a lot of detail, trying to really go into all of the subwave structures, especially here as well, right? I was just waiting for this. So the people that after the 14th and 15th of September and then on Monday when we went live, right, I only focused on this. I didn't look at any of this here. The only thing I was interested in is this going to be a 3-wave or is it going to be an impulse, which turned out, of course, to be a 3-wave, hit the 618, bullish CVDs, rest is history. Now the probabilities are higher. This is like a finish structure at this high when we got this move to the downside here. And if you count something finished here, you're probably going to count it as a wave 1 or a wave A. If you want to count it a W, we need to count this as a wave A, B, C, but that is very difficult. And we can't have a WXY inside a W. So that is why the bearish scenario now turned to WXYXZ. And the bullish scenarios have turned to impulsive structures. And then we just take it level by level. Like the lower time frames are the most interesting one, I suppose. Yeah. Is the daily at 63,800 still relevant? No, I immediately removed that, for example. Yeah. Always goes to the bottom of the chart layers for me too. I guess it's a preset. Yeah, I actually don't know why. It's quite annoying. It would have been nicer if it appears at the top. Thank you, Tim. Media Moville, welcome. I'd like to know a bit more about Diamond 2. If there's time to spare at the end of the live, could you expand on that, please? Yeah, I don't want to... I'm not that like salesy of a person, but I'll answer the question. First of all, there's a join button below the stream, which pops up a video, which I will innovate new, like I will make a new one for the memberships. But Diamond is all about creating a plan or a strategy. You can see that we have many channels over here. And the focus is people creating their own plan or strategy, because that's the best thing that someone can do, right? Creating their own plan or their own strategy. However, I also here share stuff that I use for my trading. There's statistics, many AGGR templates, and in this group, right, there's files to create your plans and strategies. There's videos that explain how to do it. There's content about how I have done my develop my personal strategies with regards to data as well. So it's all about creating your plan, right? And it's focused on the steps that I generally talk about in the content, but then a lot more in depth, including the files, videos, and you see literally the strategies that I have, that I trade with as well, outside of Elliott waves, how I got to them as well, especially one of the first strategies I ever developed was very heavily based on data. So I have been there. I developed my strats with regards to data as well. So strategy R&D channel here. Potential setups according to strategies, and yeah. So that's what's happening there, because in the end, what is most valuable is if someone can create their own strategy, right? Based on everything that's in here, they will forever make profit based on their plan or strat. And some people use my plan or strategy. It's perfectly fine if that works for them. But of course, if people want to build their own, we have all the material here. And the recommendation in general is to have your own, because it's, a strategy is very personal. I am not a scalper, so if someone says, yo, Koen, I got this great scalper strategy, it probably won't work for me. Now I know that my stuff works as other people trade it, so that's not the problem. But it's all focused on creating a plan and a strategy. Yeah, you see more about how I do my stuff. A lot of files are shared, like 1 pages about the way I trade, the rules I have in certain strategies. So you really see how did I make all of my stuff as well, which is a leading example of how people can do it themselves or just use my stuff. Yeah. If we move down to the gray box, how can one calculate the timing fit time-wise for this scenario? What you then do is you create a fib time. It depends, of course, what you're exactly asking, but if you're looking for an impulse here in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you take a fib time from the start to the end of 2 to the end of 3. And then toggle on the 382. And then you just want the wave forward to finish somewhere after the 382, right? That's what you're looking for. Yeah. I'm interested in Blowfin. Yeah, I mean, I made the conscious decision. So when Harris joined Diamond, what's up, Harris? Silver badge, not your first time being a member. Welcome to Diamond, man. So I guess what I just explained spoke to you, but it's gonna be good. Make sure to fill in the form that probably one of the mods is posting in chat, please, or I get it. But fill in. Thank you, Odin. Thank you. Make sure to fill in the form. We'll get you sorted. And welcome to the group, man. Welcome. It's the top step of the members. So I'm happy you enjoy the content, man. And yeah, Diamond is a lot more about the art of trading and creating the plan and strategy. So that should be very, very educational. I will actually, it's a good timing. I will do a live stream very soon as well in Diamond to go over all of the details and things with regards to making a plan, strategy, and my own stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Interest. Yeah, so in my case, of course, in the Netherlands, right, we couldn't use BingX anymore because of going KYC. And I knew it was going to happen. So I was already doing research to other platforms in the background before announcing Blowfin. So I did my research, spoke to a couple of people, checked all of the information online, and then slowly started to build on that exchange. And I'm very, very happy with Blowfin. It's great. And what for me is actually so far the nicest thing is that the feedback I give, but also feedback that community members in Discord have already given to Blowfin. Junkie Charles is his real name. He is in Discord as well, and I speak with him directly on Telegram as well. He's from Blowfin. The feedback they get is immediately implemented. So I had feedback about having a drawball TP and stop loss, and 2 weeks later it was on the exchange. You know, like he immediately gets to the team, asks like can we do this and that, and then he immediately has an answer, and it can be a yes, can be a no, but at least you got like we'll see. You know, that's bullshit. So I'm really happy with how fast they act, how quickly they build stuff as well. And other than that, the liquidity and everything is very good. So I'm very happy there. It's a great platform. I mean, that's probably also the reason why it's labeled in the description as my main exchange. Right? Like that's the place where I am active myself. Took the short this morning when I asked you the volume question, and obviously now looking to flip long at some point. Congrats, Paul. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Yeah, I know, guys. Yeah, that was a verbal typo. Ending diagonal ruined. Yeah, moving down. Cheers, guys. Doing a fake one with a $100 example. I mean, I could at some point. I mean, I guess the explanation is clear enough. Instead of me setting up a new account just for the sake of an example. But translation in French. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? Baguette, oui, oui. Merci beaucoup. It's of course KW, a bit of a joke. But I don't have the ability during live streams to use translation immediately, I think. So I don't know if there are softwares out there like AI that can immediately translate. I think Serega is one of the people here that does use translation of the video. So maybe Serga knows how to translate a live stream directly into another language. I'm a rapper. Wait, you're a rapper, Sibel? Yo, no way. Do we know you? As in, like, do we like know you? Like BN'er, yo? Or what's up? Yo, Sibel is a rapper. That's really cool, eh? Yo, we got Sibel Eminem, Sibel Eminem in the chat. Anyway, I'm waiting like a lion to November when we'll beat 10k candle in a day with minus. Will be an interesting end to the year. I usually speak French too, but it's a good exercise for you to learn English and listen in English. Yeah, of course, my native tongue is Dutch, and English is the language I speak on a daily basis since I'm 14. I can imagine, of course, not everyone speaks English, and I tend to speak quite quick, which might not help. So I also try to slow down during my videos. With the 886 on the local 15-minute structure, you have said though that it could be part of a bigger crash like the. Yeah, correct. The moment you hit an 886, indeed, that first move would then not be counted as an impulse. Yeah. Yeah, structures on the lower time frames can really be a pain. When do you consider probability of a completed wave is C? What I then want to see, preferably, see what I did there, is we move to the downside. We have volume increasing. If you're looking for a wave C, then of course, preferably you have this question if this is like 1 2 1 2, and then you need 3 4 5 4 5. Because, of course, you have a wave 2, so you want to have a wave 4, right? So as price is moving on increased volume, there is no interest at all to look for a finish C. You wanna wait for a range to form, then take one more move down and then up, and this is then your 5. And then you want to change structure. Of course, if you have a zigzag, wave A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a C, you take a Fibonacci, A, B, from the high to the low, and you toggle on the 618. And at the moment the 618 is touched, it increases probabilities. You got a 3-wave structure down. So yeah, we can look for a wave C here for a potential flat, of course. But because this is highest probability, this is a 3-wave structure. There's no guarantee we are not moving into more sideways complex structures. So got to be aware of ABC. So yeah, there's 2 things. Wait for a range to form for a wave 4, and then one more drop in 5 and up. And this is currently your highest volume candle, the most recent one, without any significant range. So if you would take a fib from the high to the current low and the 618 is touched, probabilities increase. This is some 3-wave structure, right? Like an ABC or a WXY. If you end on high volume and then move up to the 618, because it invalidates a wave 4. One second. I'll call later. Can we consider a triangle? Yes, but then you're not allowed to take the low that I have here, the wide low. Haris, again, welcome, man. Welcome to the team. Great to have you here. Make sure to fill in the form. We'll get you sorted. Top step. You wait for some clarity. As if it's too difficult, you wait and then decide. Absolutely, yes. And also when things are very messy, I like to look at the local structures. So for example, the same example, this move up, right? WXY or impulse. You tell me, right? We were correct on the direction every time because of the help of additional ways, right? We had bullish CVDs here, and then bull, touch the 886 here, increasing probabilities to take the high, right? And then we take the high and then another 886. Okay, we look for upside again. Then we make a high, But this structure down, WXY or impulse, it's not a very nice impulse, but wave ones often are not. And then I was more interested to look at this. So what you'll see is that I mainly focused on this area here, and I completely ignore all of this price section. I don't need to count this to know what's going to happen after this move here. I was either looking impulse, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or ABC. That's all I need to know. And then the moment the probability switched, right, the moment the probabilities were there that this is a 3-waver, which was identified by hitting the 618 and the consistent bullish CVDs up. That's the moment where we're looking for the high. But the moment you then take out that high, it's about the structures, right? So you have a big structure, big retracement, take the high again. But now, because of how deep this retracement went, probabilities are higher that you ended something here, right? And this is a correction of that first structure up. So, and now you then get into labeling, and that's where you then get to ABCs, WXYXZ, and you know. So it's sometimes when the chart is not clear on a particular time frame, just wait for the clarity to come, and yeah, go to a time frame that will give you clarity. Right, go to a time frame where you're confident in your counting. Like for example, I haven't covered the daily really in detail for quite a long time now, like a week or two. Yeah, of course, in a live stream, sometimes occasionally I get the question. I throw in all of the shit scenarios and then we continue. But I haven't covered the daily in a long time, and the reason is that it's not interesting. It's not clear. While the 4 hour, 1 hour, 15 minute. I mean, we you know, this is very, very clearly a higher probability 3-wave structure up, not impulse up, right? Yeah, it's you got to pick your battles with Elliott waves. You don't necessarily need to count all of the time frames in order to know what's going on, or to even trade it, of course. Deeplish, welcome. Kupchan Dani, good to have you here from India, sir. Hi from the south of France. I just don't want to be such a ridiculous noob. Well, actually, if one would think about, okay, we have silver, gold, diamond. Diamond is the most guidance. Gold is all about Elliott waves. And silver is updates. But of course, when you look at the updates, you probably need some basic knowledge. Whereas in diamond, someone can go in as a complete noob and completely develop itself, because it's very hands-on with step-by-step guidance on how to create a plan. So actually, arguably, that is for the least experienced, and the most experienced ones could be in lower levels. I mean, BBL, you've been bearish since price moved up at 52K, yo. 618, where the breakdown happens. Yeah, the 618 is important. So, of course, I think this morning, BBL, you said 67K next. But, of course, when price was moving up from 52, I was still hearing, in general, like it's... When price moves into a certain direction, there's still people with a very strong bias. Now the chart will tell us what's going to happen, right? Up or down, it's just part of the waves. No, you got to risk manage. I mean, we hit resistance. I mean, we're obviously not longing straight into resistance, right? I mean, come on, if you're trading, that's like trading 101, no? There's people, of course, that tend to have a strong bias, like, oh, I want to buy at 40K and I will only buy at 40K. And yeah, it might happen, but don't be sad if it doesn't. You need a plan and also like know where to change it. Yeah, I mean, I'm very interested. If price would go down to 40, sign me up. Sign me up. Media Moveville, by the way. Welcome to Diamond as well. It's actually cool to see. We saw each other in another live stream recently as well, of course. So yeah, welcome to Diamond. Odin, by the way, thank you for helping here during the stream, brother. Media Moville, welcome to the team. Make sure to fill in the form. We're gonna get you sorted after, and work on that plan and strategy. That's the big goal. Nice. A sock on wheels, yeah. But yeah, cheers, Odin. Yeah, Odin, we gotta do a drink in South Africa next month, by the way. I'll be messaging you. But yeah, Media Moville, we'll get you sorted in the group. Welcome to the team. Do we see a wave 3 forming now? We do have a move down here, currently on the most local, right? Locally on the highest volume. Volume is increasing, right? Not looking at this peak, but in this move down, currently the volume is increasing. So you're looking for a wave C or a wave 3. Now, in that, like based on the structure to the downside, right? Now, even in a wave C, preferably it then would be like A, B, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it would be nicer to still see at least a 4 and a 5. One more 4 and a 5 minimum, right? And if it's an impulse, you look for 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. So 2 more 4, 5s in that case. So yeah, but in both cases, what you're going to be waiting for is a range to form, right? You're going to wait for, guys, stop throwing in diamonds, yo. You're going to wait for a range to form. Leva, just before you jump on an airplane to go on holiday to the south of France, here you are. Now, we are going to meet tomorrow. So Leva is actually coming on holiday, and one of the places she will visit is this Nice, Monaco area, Menton, and of course I live here. So and my wife and I are in town. So I mean, in town like tomorrow in the city as well. So we'll be meeting up and say hi to Leva, coming fresh out of the airplane in the morning. But yeah, Leva, welcome to the Diamond Squad. Yeah, we'll get you sorted. We will make sure to. I will do it after the stream. My parents will only be here. Let's see. They will be here between 4 and 5 p.m. So between 13 minutes and 1 hour and 13 minutes. Now, I'm not planning to be there for like the whole 1 hour and 13 minutes in case they're not there. But yeah, what's up? Guys, thanks so much for becoming a member. It supports the channel, but also the value in there is gonna be a great addition to the development of the trading skill. So make sure to ping me, tag me, ask me questions, whatever. We're gonna do a live stream soon in Diamond where I go through pretty much everything, including strategies, building statistics, all that stuff. So it's gonna be fun stuff. It's gonna be a long one probably. I actually announced it in the group this morning. Good timing. So yeah, welcome, Leva. I'm planning to travel next Wednesday to St. Lucia. No ways. You know, BBL, St. Lucia, we married, my wife and I married in March this year. And for our honeymoon, we had two options. We were like, we can go to St. Lucia or we can road trip Italy. We chose to road trip Italy because we're very active people. We want to be away for weeks and stuff. But we didn't do a honeymoon straight after our wedding because our wedding was in South Africa. We were there for a month, which kind of like we didn't want to be gone for another like month or whatnot in our honeymoon, right? Like that would be a very long period. So we decided to do it next year. And St. Lucia was one of our two options. Beautiful, beautiful island. So I don't have any holiday experience there. We only did some research, and gotta be honest, my wife did more research than me in that department. But I know it's an amazing place. So I can't like recommend it or say no to it because I've not been there. But based on the research It's incredible. Good afternoon from Austria, Tyrol. What's up, Christian? How you doing? I mean, Christian, you must be like skiing a lot, no? Like, I mean, living there, going on ski holidays and stuff. Actually, my wife and I and one friend from the Netherlands, we are currently planning a skiing holiday for the first week of February. And it's going to be somewhere in the French Alps because it's a few hours drive from where we live, like maximum like 6 hours. And then you're at Mont Blanc, right? I mean, but there's great areas all around. So, yeah. I'm not really too familiar with great skiing areas, but yeah, I we'll find that out. Starting to feel like Minecraft all the time. I know, right? Malam, bro. Malam. What's up, Adi? Welcome. Good to have you here. My father worked there for some time as a diamond designer. In St. Lucia? You had family living in St. Lucia, BBL? A diamond designer, by the way. Now that's a unique job as well. I mean, it must be quite fascinating when you get like this big rock in front of you, worth like crazy amount of dollars, of course. I mean, I gotta say, I do really enjoy seeing diamonds. I don't wear diamonds myself. My wife does have, partly because of stuff that I've given her, you know, like engagement ring, watches. Like it's just so flashy. It's when the sun hits, it's the sparkle. It's amazing. It looks great. I'm a fan. Tried a naked fisherman restaurant. It was really good a year ago when we went. Oh. Is St. Lucia like a popular holiday place for US? I like skiing. Where I grew up, I can ski in and out. I learned skiing when 3 years old. Yeah, wow. You basically grew up on skis. that's in the Netherlands. That's what happens with the bicycles. You know, you put the little kid on a bicycle and teach them how to cycle. In your case, you just use the skis. That's incredible. I love the mountains. I think mountains, it's incredible. I love the views. I love snowboarding. I'm a snowboarder. I love snowboarding. I love combining sports with the views and especially also the calmness on the mountain. Lakshya Haikun, do you think that wave D finished as a triangle from the 6th of September low to today? A triangle, 6th of September, which is... Wait. Do you think that wave D finished as a triangle? Oh, wait, this is your D. Oh, wait, this is then your D, which means C, which means B, which means A. At the moment, counting this as a triangle for me still does not have the highest probabilities, and that is also because of the subwaves. So in a triangle, right, you want 4 out of the 5 waves to be simple ABCs. However, your wave B counts best as a WXY, double zigzag. Honestly, your wave C as well, but definitely your wave D as well. So we have a problem for the triangle with the subwave structures, right? The probabilities are very high. You have more than one complex wave in this structure, which seriously negatively impacts the probabilities of a triangle here. However, if you are counting yourself looking for a triangle, then yeah, your wave D, it doesn't have a lot of space left, right? Because your invalidation is this high, 65K. So you're close to invalidation. Now on the lower time frame, the probabilities are at the moment still higher to take out that high here. And then it's Question mark, right? Are you going to take it? Now we do have the bullish CVDs here, still active, target 65, consistent bullish CVDs as we moved up here as well. So it of course empowers the bigger bullish CVD as well, with the target of 65. So we take it step by step, but I'm not really looking into a triangle at the moment myself. But if you do, then preferably it definitely finishes soon. Yes. For a triangle, we preferably really start to move to the downside. He earlier worked in Jamaica and have some work there in St. Lucia. He recommended me to travel there. It's nice that he recommended it. I mean, he must have a lot of experience on the island. So make sure you enjoy it. Now he's settled here in India, running jewelry and estate tea plantations. Entrepreneur. I like to hear it. That's very nice. Very nice. Congrats on his success as well. And he has some nice places to live, yeah, as well. I'm definitely not a diamond designer. I did design the ring of my the engagement ring of my wife. That's custom made, so I did design that one. But of course I didn't design the diamond itself. Of course you have the shapes, but it's more like how the ring and everything came together. Yeah. If you ever want to come to Tyrol, I can organize something for you. Oh, you bet. We will be there. I love snowboarding. I don't think we're going to be there in February because we actually want to go to France, like the French Alps first, because we live in France now. But oh yeah, it's probably going to be a yearly thing, going on ski holiday. All island nations are popular holiday destination for USA, especially the cruises that tour the bigger islands. I see. So you want to avoid the bigger islands as a holiday guest or a holiday person. You want to go to the smaller ones. Or are the cruises like when a cruise ship docks, the question is, does it become too touristic, too many people? So an example is if you go to Indonesia and you go to Bali, I've been there once. If you're in like the center of the island, it's very touristic. It's almost like you're not in Indonesia anymore, right? It's very international. While if you go far north on Bali, it's actually more native, more Bali. You know, it depends on what experience you want, I suppose. I downloaded your daily naked point of control template from Discord. Can you explain shortly how I use it the best? So there's two templates. You have the daily naked point of control template and the for the people. But let me first show this for the people that don't know. You go to the Good to Know channel. And then here you have two templates. And then here it shows how to get to. So you have daily, weekly, monthly. Now on the template, you will see on the right side the price chart, right? And then you see a line with a number. That is a daily naked point of control. I should just open Atos and just let you see. So let me do that. I do have to move to this screen 1 second because I actually use a different email for Atos and I never know on what screen Atos is opening. So give me 1 second. How do you know the bullish CVD target is 65K? Because that is that's how you use CVD. So your target is always in between the pivots that are used for the divergence. So if you have a bullish CVD, the moment you take out the high, CVD played out, right? Of course it can continue, but your CVD has played out. For the bears, lower high, the moment you take the low, played out. That's just like, and it also makes sense if you know the background of CVD, because CVD is mainly used to trade absorption. So if there is, in a bullish scenario, if there is a, well, a little bit deeper, if there is a big fish absorbing market shorts with limit long orders here, and when the pockets are filled, we move up. This is your first area to release, right? And of course, it can happen. You then swing this high, profits are taken, and you move the other direction. So the moment you take out the high, you hit liquidity of that high, we say the CVD played out. Of course, it can continue, right? No problem. But after that, you don't pay attention anymore to this CVD because it played out, so it can be removed. Go to the daily time frame. So this is the template, right? Go to the daily time frame. And then this is what you should see. And then on the right side, every white line is a daily naked point of control, except for this one at 63,125. That is the point of control of yesterday, but it's already been touched. Now this number will be removed tomorrow. And the current day point of control, this is the current day point of control is 63,475. Right? And you can see here, there's one here. So this is for your daily. And then if we go to the weekly, monthly, it's the same. But now you can see weekly is yellow, monthly is purple. So the current week point of control is 63,475, right? At 70.9K, we have a weekly plus a monthly at the same level. It's not bright yellow, it's not purple, it's a mix of colors. Here is purple. This is a monthly naked. This is also a monthly naked here, right? 57.9. So this is, and I can create more history if I want to. You can just add history here if you want it. So if you want to create more history, then you can go and unclick auto and then just play around here with the period and all that stuff. But yeah, that's how it works. That's how it works. So and in the morning, yeah, I mean, it literally takes me probably like 2 minutes. I start up Atas. I just check the chart. If there's a new level, yes or no, check the other. I don't check the weekly or monthly chart unless the week is finished. So yeah, it goes very quick. Atas for Mac. Ooh, I don't know. I got Windows. So of course you can just go to the Atas website, see what they have. Or ask it in Discord, because there's people in Discord, of course, that use Atas. Of course, we don't want all of this up. I don't know. Maybe ask ChatGPT. ChatGPT will be able to answer you. I'm sure. Ooh. Come to the Maldives, my major travel spot. 2-hour flight. 2-hour flight. Oh, it's a bit longer for me. The Maldives look amazing. At least one side of the Maldives look amazing. I don't know what the truth is and what not, because social media. But there's also videos of the very dirty side of the Maldives, the other side. I guess, of course, it's the same pretty much everywhere, right? Like you have the great spot and a not so great spot. Paris is beautiful, but Paris can also be dirty. It's the same everywhere. But yeah, definitely still would like to go to the Maldives someday. I've never been there. Are there any high bearish probabilities? No. WXYXZ would be your best shot. Why choose Atas when you can use traders with PVP? So it's like monthly for the. I suppose it's easier to view the naked. Yes, but also Atas, in my opinion, is more accurate. It's the way they give you the data, the candles. 1 second. Ashley, are you hanging out in chat? If you have any questions, you can ask, eh? Yeah. Okay. Ashley Reynolds, everyone, is my wife. And my wife has shown interest in becoming a trader. Yes, it's happening. So I have given her 2 lessons so far on trading. Now, the first lesson was about what, in my opinion, is the most important. Trading view explanation, risk management, win rate, and risk to reward ratio. You need to know those elements before you even consider start trading, right? And then in the second lesson, we spoke a little bit more about step 1 of the 6 steps, which is experience with the tools. And then in particular CVD, because we always talk about CVD. So I explained a bit more about what CVD is, how it works, what a divergence is, and taking it very, very slow, because my wife here, Ashley Reynolds, right? She knows absolutely zero about trading, the charts, analysis, trading view. So it's also great training for me to have someone like this and coaching that person ever so slowly, of course, step by step, to becoming a trader. And it makes me realize how I have to communicate in certain areas, because there will be many people like my wife that I can help, but generally I'm too analytical and I might go too deep too quick. Like the beginner Elliott wave playlist on my YouTube channel, that one goes very deep, very quick. But in the future, there will be like, I can't talk about things in detail yet, but there will be a lot of stuff developed from the very basics all the way up. But yeah, say hi to my wife. She's here. Sri Lanka. I don't know. I mean, Sri Lanka, I mean, would be beautiful to me. Hey, Ashley, we got to go to the Maldives. We got an invitation for the UK to go fishing there. I got to go to Sri Lanka. I bet the Philippines. What does the Oracle say? Up or down? Yo, the Oracle yesterday was right, eh? Oh, here. Oracle said up. Nice. You can use trading view for naked point, but won't be accurate. If you want accurate values, Sierra charts. Yeah, Sierra charts, Atas, Exo charts. When is the next private lesson? I don't. So we kind of currently plan every evening between 7 and 7:30. Now tonight won't happen because we're going to go for dinner in Monaco with my parents. But I will teach my wife. We aim every night, but what is the name of the indicator you use for the volume of trades and the lines? For volume, I just use the volume tool on TradingView. So just volume, right? If you go to indicators, just this one here, volume. And with the lines, this is called AGGR, the platform. So it's not TradingView. So this is AGGR, and this is, for me, used for CVD divergences. So this is the website, charts.aggr.trade. This is the one-pager about CVD, including the video on the channel, which you can find on the homepage as well. And then here's templates. Not interested, by the way, in the bullish CVD as explained earlier. You really want to wait for local signs of strength. No? Yako, I began following you the last 2 weeks. Welcome, first of all. Nice to have you here. And mind-blowing how much we can learn with you. It's a pleasure. Makes me happy to hear that because it's an important goal of the channel is education and helping people in the best way I can with the tools that I use and the way I trade and the knowledge I have. So I'm happy to help out wherever I can. And welcome. I'm glad you have a great experience here over the past 2 weeks. Hopefully it's going to be the same for the upcoming 2 years and whatnot, more years. By the way, I'm active. I'm actually quite active on Instagram. For the ones that don't know, link is in the description if you're interested. And this morning I uploaded a story as well because I saw that I uploaded. Someone commented, cheese. If you're here, it's because of you. Cheese commented under my video of this morning. So he said a couple of things like video online for 7 hours, 2,000 viewers, 13.7k subscribers, and 1.7k videos. And I was like, wait, 1.7k videos? Did I make 1.7k videos? So I went to my channel homepage. And in 1 year and 7 months, I made 1.7k videos. So I made a story out of it. No, that's a lot. That's a lot of videos, but that's kind of what you get if you like post 3 times a day, no? I suppose. So yeah, we're also closing in on 14k, getting out of the 13k. So here, 1,774 videos, 1.5 million views. Now the joined here says when I made the channel for the first time, like register it. However, I only started uploading and actually doing something on the 23rd of February 2023. Now I made the channel in July 2022 because I was in a Discord group and people asked me like, yo, can you like show something about Elliott waves? So back in the day here, it was private, never announced. Like I just made the channel because I needed one. And I explained some stuff in that video, but I only actively started like doing what I do here on YouTube from the 23rd of February. You can probably see it if you go to videos and then the first one. So let's see, videos, oldest 2 years ago, 1 year ago, one. So when was this uploaded? I didn't even have a microphone here. I used my earphones. Okay, so this actually was 2022. Okay, so this was before I started with my Elliott wave stuff. This is more educational. And then my first Elliott wave video, like when I actually really started, that's this one. And this was February 20. Okay, so it's the 20th, not the 23rd. Okay, 20th. Oh, today is the 20th of September 2024. So it's exactly 1 year and 7 months. There you go. Wow, to the day. Nice. So this is my first kind of like ever Elliott wave analysis, really. Interesting. Is that your wife? She must have heard about St. Lucia talks. Yes. Ashley Reynolds here. Where is she? Is my wife, yes. I actually did hear about the St. Lucia talks. I still really want to travel there. Yeah. Can you show ETH counts? I will. Well, but not today. On Sunday, we have an altcoin stream again. So... yeah, Florian, that's exactly why I'm not active on the daily, and on the 4 hour, I only look at the move to the upside since 52k, and I don't look at anything on the left because it's not clear. It's also not important for the more local direction of price. So that is why I avoid looking at that structure, exactly for the reason that you mentioned. Like with Elliott waves, you got to pick your battles, right? You don't need to have clarity and count every time frame. You got to count the ones that are easiest to count, and then the ones that are messy time frames, those will become more clear as you get more information. Okay, everyone, it's time for me to go though, as we took the low here. That's quite nice. But I gotta go because my parents are coming, and they are visiting from the Netherlands. So they will be here. It's my birthday on the 24th of September, which is also the reason that they are here. So they're gonna be in the Nice area, but they arrived today. So I gotta go. We go for dinner. And that also means that I won't make an update tonight. I'll make sure to write a post in Discord, but I can't because, you know, I'm gonna be gone with my parents. And the weekend is coming up. The weekend is always random with regards to content, but on Sunday we always have the altcoin stream. Let me quickly check my agenda here. And on Sunday we do have an altcoin stream. Yes. So. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Locally, right, like we at least took the low price moving down after the bearish CVDs, and this is an interesting area of support. See what price does if it can get there. We'll see. So probabilities known, with the analysis earlier. So yeah, that's that. No. If the last local move up is corrective, we should see another bigger downward impulse. No, because the last move up is corrective, probabilities remain higher to still take out that high. If you get an impulse down, you got to be looking for a wave C of a flat, for example, which would be your downwards move. So, Saint Lucia. Yeah, thanks everyone for being here. Appreciate it. Appreciate your time on this beautiful Friday. Make sure you trade safe. I will see you very soon again. Enjoy your weekend as well. I cannot guarantee any content tomorrow because it's Saturday, it's random. I do a lot of other stuff as well, and I might be outdoors and stuff. But nonetheless, thanks for hanging out, and I will see you soon again.